Hello everyone, I will make a little video tutorial, and that's all about making a DLL file for your Unity projects. It won't be big tutorial, it will be very short, but I think it's something that needs to be made because I had 2 or 3 days problem to figure this one out. Now, what I mean by DLL is that you can make a project in Visual Studio, and by the way, this is Visual Studio 2012, so new project, and in here we will select class library, and as you can see it will give you a DLL file, and let's call it messenger, and that's okay. It will make the project for me. Here we go, and I have a class here. Now I don't need the class, but I need to do some things. Let me open up my documents, going to Visual Studio 2012 projects, and here's the messenger project. In here I need to create one folder, and I will call it plugins, and I will make another folder, but I won't use it, and I call it editor. Now this solution has one project in it, okay, the messenger project. I will delete it. Yes sir, I will delete the project. So now I will have an empty solution, but in here I will make a new text file, and I will call it let's see, TNP, or no, that was my company name. Yeah, I will make it TNP anyway, and here the TXT will become CSproj for C# project, and yes, and I will make another one and we'll call it editor CS project. Now I will open the TNP one in Notepad++. Here we go, and I have a predefined XML file, because if you know it or you don't know, the CS projects are simply XML files. You see? Now the project tools version is 4. That's okay for me. Default target is this, we don't change it. Common properties, property group, configuration condition, it's debug. I will leave it as debug. Platform condition, any CPU, product version, schema version, project guide, output type, library. These are the things that you need to change from here on. And the root namespace, my root namespace will be TNP, and assembly name will be TNP. Target framework version, this won't matter for Unity DLL files. Now look up Unity install folder and set the refreshment path for location management assembly. Now here you will look for any Unity editor version 3.x. I have Unity 4.x, and as you can see 4.1.2, but I had updated Unity without changing many things, so the editor I'm looking for is still that 3.x. If you want the 4.x, then you go 4.x, but the easiest way is to look at your registry key by typing regedit in the run, and in the start menu, this will open up regedit, the registry editor for you. Okay, now to check things, you want to go in HK current user, software, and of course Unity technology. Now you will have an Unity editor here. I have two, and it's 3 and 4, and if you can see, I have only location under 3, and this is the thing I will look for because I want this string from here. Now in Unity editor 4x I have lots of things, but as you can see, I don't have any key for that Unity itself. Okay, because if it was there, it would be under location folder. If I'm wrong, someone can put a comment down there, but I don't see the editor location in here, but I see it in here. Another way would be if you could, I'm not familiar with XML, but if anyone is there, there is a registry key for assembly reference, and it's indicating to the editor, and I'm really looking for this C Unity Engine editor, nothing else, because this is the location, and then you can add unity.exe, but we need the location anyway. So this is the way you can check it, and this is the Unity install folder. Okay, so we got that. We reference the path to its data managed. Okay, I think if I didn't close the regedit, that we can do it like this, hopefully. Yeah, what the hell. We can anyway we can change it to the get system.o.path, and it's from registry key all the way to here, and it can become 4x, and I'm not sure how we can read the rest of the keys in the regedit. I mean, how can we find this type or this key anyway, but that should be possible. And if anyone knows the proper way of finding it in XML, please comment it on YouTube so that everyone can use it. But anyway, now I have something here that is very important. Lots of people have problem with building their DLLs just because the DLLs need a database type beside them in Unity, so that MonoDevelop can debug it and send the debug messages. Anyway, this is the part. Now there is two versions of this PDB to MDB.exe. One is inside the mono itself, I think, or it's in the data, I'm not sure. But the one we want is under data, mono bleeding edge, lib mono, and then the proper folder for the version of the Unity you use. If you are using 4.0.x, then this will be 4.0, and if you are using 4.1.x, it will be 4.5. And to show that what I mean by that, here is my Unity, and in editor, data, managed, and no, sorry, yeah, here, mono bleeding edge, lib, and mono, and here you can see all the folders. Okay, and I think what I'm looking for is PDB, and here we go. PDB to MDB. Now that I upgraded my Unity to 4.1.2, this will come to 4. So it was 4.5 and now it became 4. So I need to change it here, and that's it. The rest of the thing, leave it as it is. By the way, I will put this template somewhere on the web and give you the link below the video on YouTube. Anyway, so that you can copy paste it. But the thing we need to change is here again. Now you see that I'm outputting path to assets and plugins. Okay, if you don't want to import your DLLs every time you compile it, and if you are making this project for a special Unity game, then you can come into Unity, and here is my Unity project, and as you can see I have an asset here. I can make a new folder in here called plugins. Okay, and if you remember, I had this folder settings in here in the Visual Studio Project Manager. That's in case if you don't want to import it in for a special game program, but if you want to make a very special DLL for all the available things, all the available projects, sorry. But if you want it for a special project, this is how you do it. Okay, now open this and just copy this, and here you can put this. So every time you compile your project, it will automatically import it in your assets of that game project. Now the defined constants don't need to change, prompt anything in here, and Unity 4.1, here is what we need to change. Okay, all this long line was this at first. When I wrote the script, it was looking for this ***star.cs. In other words, when you run the project for the first time, it will go into this project and looks for a very special folder called script. Okay, and if it can find anything in the script, it will load it into the project. So I need to create a new text file, and I call it a.cs. That's it. Okay, now anything else to change? I don't think so. The reference include Unity engine. If you need Unity editor, you can say editor here too. And okay, there is this as it is. I don't want to change anything else. So the things you need to change from the top again is your root namespace, assembly name, and sorry guys, the monom MDB generator, and that's the folder for MDB. And then down here, if you have anything other than this in item group, you just delete everything between the two flags for item group and put this in there. And then the output path, where was it? above here somewhere. Here, output path. You need to put your output path here. So this is my TNP CS project. Okay, I have another one, and it's editor CS project, and it's empty. So I just Control A, Control C this one, Control V this one, and need to change few things here. First, here the namespace will be TNP editor. The assembly name will be TNP editor. The rest is the same, but in here I don't want to export into plugins. I want it to be in a folder called editor. Okay, and save it. And I need to change this one to editor, not script. Okay, so I need to make another folder here in my project settings, and yeah, we have editor. Sorry, it won't be in here. Editor and the script, and in here I need another a.cs. And believe me or not, that's all the thing you need to do to configure things. Okay, and now we come here, we call add existing project, and in the project settings I choose TNP. What the hell, it could not be loaded, the reference start tag online. Okay, let's debug it. What went wrong? Okay, and line number 61, Unity engine. Item group. Oh, I had done something foolish, and that is, if you look at editor, in here I just cut the path and pasted it there, so I need to put it here, and in here I will call it scripts. Now I can add it to the project, to the solution, sorry. Add existing project, messenger, and TNP. Again, what's the wrong here? But found UTF-8, what does it mean? Let me see it one more time. Oh, it's scripts slash. Okay, hopefully that will work now. No, what's the error? Because I just copy pasted it. No, let's do it again. Okay, and instead of all of this junk, I just need to be in here. Star, star. Oh, sorry, star. Okay. And the place to put things would be here. C. And in assembly, plugins, Control V. The next thing is this guy, 0, and that's the TNP for me. So Control C. Yeah, there we go. I'm not sure what did I messed up, but now I have the TNP, and if you can see, it didn't load the script folder for me. No problem. If it happened for you, there isn't scripts. Okay, you can just simply drag and drop it here. And where did it go? I'm not sure. A.cs, no, the scripts going to TNP. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so now I will delete this. I don't need it anymore, and here I will add a class, and it will be class, I'll call it messenger. So as you can see, it changes the namespace to scripts. I don't want it here. I will call it messenger. There we go. Okay, and it will be public. That's the basic for every script you make, but you need two references here, and if you see, it just imported them for me automatically. Okay, and if you didn't have them, the way you will add the reference is to go to your installed Unity editor, data, managed, and here is the two DLLs. Okay, and you can reference them by that. Now there was a very good script I found in where was it? I already closed that, I think. Yeah, let me find it and open it again. So you go down, desktop, Unity stuff. No sir, Unity. If I can see the folder. Unity stuff, and then by the way, I have two monitors. I'm doing it on the second monitor. Okay, and it's called Advanced Messenger, Advanced C# Messenger. This is a page from the wiki I saved. Now if you can see, it's a messenger, and there are a bunch of these messengers out there, but this is the one I really liked a lot, and I will show you the reason. So I need another script, another class, and it would be callback, and I just need to put this in here, and I will delete these, and it should work if I am correct. Yeah, and in Messenger I will leave these defines. I will select all of this stuff, and copy it, and in Messenger itself I will put it in here. Remember, don't replace the namespace. Okay, now we will have lots of errors because first you need to move these on top, and then let me delete extra spaces, and we don't have these things, we don't need these at all. Oh, I didn't change the namespace here. And how did I know that? Because here it would tell me that it can't resolve the namespace. So Messenger, and remember, when you have two scripts in same namespace, they will find each other automatically. That's one of the benefits of putting things in a DLL, because in normal Unity C# scripts you can't use namespaces, if I'm correct, but here you can use namespaces and it will help you avoid any double naming on scripts and classes, conflicts like that. So here is our Messenger, and it will work the way it is, but as you saw, I removed lots of if statements and there are lots of debug messages. One of the things I don't like now is the indenting. I will just simply do this, and you can see that indenting is changed a lot. Next thing is that I will go to any kind of the reminder that ReSharper gives me, and hitting Alt Enter and Alt Enter, so it will become link and another link, and I will use var. This is the way I like it because I can read it easily, and I can use it here. It can't become for, oh, it's for each. Okay, anything else? Yeah, redundant. Okay, redundant. There we go. So now that I have all these debug messages, I don't like the way it works because it will bother me a lot later on. How can I change it? First, define a region and call it the debug variables. Okay. Inside it, I will say private, and remember it's a constant and it should be public. You should have all the things inside this system as constant. Okay. Sorry, static, not constant, static, and this will be debug. The first I show a debug is permanent, so debug permanent, and it will be bool, and by default it will be true. Okay. And the next one, so we have clean, so debug clean up, and it will be true again. Now print event table, debug event table. I like it as true. On listener adding, so we say adding listener, and removing the listener. And the next one, this is nothing, no. Yeah, this is the broadcast, so it's invoking. And I'll make it false by default, because if you leave it as true, it will drop a message every upload or on every call and whatever. And it's the broadcast again, and that's it. Okay, so we have all the private statics, but as you know, private statics can't be changed, or public statics even can't be changed in scripts in later on. So we need now public static void, call it debug permanent, and it will accept a bool. We call it T, and we simply say underline debug permanent equals T, and we will repeat it for every one of them. So it will be debug cleanup, and here we will say debug cleanup. Okay, so Control V, and it will be event table. And here will be event table. And another one for adding listener, and we will say adding listener, another one will be removing listener, and I can say it add listener. No. Okay, and we say removing the listener, and the last one will be invoking. Invoke. Am I spelling it correct? No. Yeah. Okay. And invoking. Now we have all of them, and we want to go into the classes again. Now simply we will say if, and this is permanent, then we will debug this message, and we will go for cleanup, Then yeah, event table, and no, when we are printing the event table, we will print all of this. Okay. And then adding listener. Removing the listener. What else do we have? I think it's broadcasting. Oh no, not here. Where was it? Oh, it's add listener, okay. Remove the listeners. Here it is, broadcasting. So it will be underline invoke. And come on. Okay, now believe it or not, I have a robust DLL here now. So first I clean the solution, and let's cross our fingers, no errors please. Built, succeeded. Now going back into Unity, you see I have them, and in here, what the hell, why didn't it come in? Let me check my, oh wait, this is not, it shouldn't come in because I forgot to do one little step, and it's here. We want it to be released, and we will build it. You see now it says assets plugins .not exist, but I had that. So what's the problem here? This is my original C project. We had asset backslash plugins, and here's the same. This is for debug, and this is for release. What did I do? C users, alley documents, script, development project, asset plugin. Oh, yeah, it's the same. Okay, you know what? Let's test it for this, at least for time being. And reload. clean and build the solution. Okay, now it succeeded. I'm not sure, maybe it's because my Unity is open, but anyway. Okay, the point of all of this is that now that I had converted it, and I don't have these, I can import assets, okay? And the assets will be in here, projects, messenger, assets, plugins, and what you need is this TNP, DLL, MDB, and the DLL itself. First I will load the DLL and then the MDB, and it won't open it like this. You need to drag it from here to the folder itself. Okay, I'm not sure why it's like that, but now it's there. To test it, I will create a simple C# script calling message and open it. There we go. Okay, first thing I need is to reference that namespace I configured, and as you can see I have it. Okay, now in start I can say in here I will say void awake, and I will say messenger dot, and you can see I have access to all these debug statements. Okay, now dot debug invoke dot permanent dot remove listener. Okay, and I have to clean up here. Now I can say public bool debug add listener equals to true, public bool debug cleanup equals true, public bool debug event table equals true, public bool debug invoke equals true, public bool debug permanent equals true, public bool debug remove listener equals true. So I have everything true, and on awake I will say don't destroy unload, so it will be a permanent thing. Okay, now I can add 1 to 1 in here. and here we will say this. Now let me check if we have something. Oh yeah, we have mark as permanent here. So basically this. No, what do we need? Event type, of course. Okay, we don't need this. In the start, we'll say messenger dot add listener, and let's call it test this. Now we say messenger dot make permanent test this, and in update we will say messenger dot broadcast test this, and here I need a void testing, and I will say debug dot log, no, dot log, and we'll say testing on plus game object dot name. Okay, and in here I need to assign that testing in here. Now we have a robust messenger system, and we marked it as permanent. Now let's go back into Unity. There is no problem, it's not a problem anyway, and make a game object, drag this messenger on it, and you see we have access now to all those debugging things, and here is what we get. Okay, bam, lots of things, huh? But this is the base thing. We are adding a listener, test this on the game object, and its method is void testing. Now the messenger was marked as permanent and the message was marked is this. Now we are invoking it and sending the message from the invoked method. Every update, as you can see, it's just going on and on and on. Okay, now we can change it, like we don't need invoke, and we don't need event table, let it be. But yeah, that's it for time being. Let's see what we get is this. So we are adding a listener and marking it as permanent, and we are just simply sending that message. And if I stop, now you get this messenger cleanup. Make sure that none of the necessary listeners are removed, and that it's this one, so I can uncheck it. And if I rerun the game, so we got that, but if I stop the game, there won't be any cleaning message, and I can say even I don't need the add listener, for example. So on top I will just get the permanent, or if I don't need the permanent, and if I play, I will have only the message because none of the debug things are triggered. So now what do we have in here is just a TMP DLL with a class in it that we can't see inside. But remember, this is not I should say thief proofed, because there are things to decompile the DLL and look into your code. But if you want to make DLLs, here we go. You only need to make your handmade projects. As I said, I will put this one that is working. Was it this one? Not even sure. it was this one. Okay, I will put this one that is working on internet and give you the link. I'm not sure. I think I may use a Google Doc for it. And I will change it to change me like this, so that my company name will be not on the internet anyway. Okay, but you had seen it already and you know how to add it, but please stop doing that. Anyway, have fun and see you next tutorial. I think I will continue on my radar system implementation for Unity finally after a long time, and believe me, I had learned lots of things to add to that radar system. See you later.